San Francisco. You are watching the Channel 25 News with Keon Plunkett,
Chelsea Quinn,
and Kari Randall.
Now we've just received news that the History Channel will be releasing a documentary on the Bay Area's own William Randolph Hearst.
The documentary, The Publishing War Between Hearst and Pulitzer, is set to air tomorrow night at 9 p.m.
And we have a sneak preview here.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. If you see my face, you should know who I am. I'm William Randolph Hearst. I was born on April 29th, 1863. I came from a wealthy background. I'm a San Francisco native. My dad was a senator. I went to Harvard, but I said enough of that nonsense and I dropped out, and I went to my father and I was like, give me the paper. I started in the newspaper business with the San Francisco Examiner, and I worked my way up from there. I got the New York Morning Journal and the Evening Journal. The whole point of the paper business is to sell papers. So when people like Pulitzer come in with this do-good, righteous attitude, that's a whole lot of nonsense. Why are you mad? Huh? Because you inspired me and I made your ideas better? That's what it is? That's why you're tight?
Come in, let me come in. Let me come in. Joseph Pulitzer. I was born in Hungary. Around the age 17, I had a lot of family issues at home, so I decided to set on my own. I had big goals. I was a kid who wanted to be a soldier. Everywhere I went, they said you're not strong enough. I tried Austria, wasn't strong enough. Tried every European country possible. Didn't work out. Afterwards, I found myself on a journey to America, New York City, city of big lights as they call it. I was a poor man, just a penny and a dream to my name, till I stumbled across this one fellow who said, kid, if you want to make it, go to St. Louis. I don't know if he was screwing with me, but I did it. My first stint was with the German newspaper. Everyone was coming up to me saying, kid, you're really good at this. They started to call me the natural. I'd work 16 hours a day. Then I felt I was too good, started my own paper called the St. Louis Dispatch. Soon enough, it was the biggest paper in the city. And I said, you know what? If I really want to conquer America, I should go back to the place where I met my misfortunes, New York City. There I started the world, and the rest was history. Everything was going fine. I was the big man on campus, until this snot-nosed kid, born with a silver spoon in his mouth, came around and tore down the building that I built with my hands. It's alright though, because we know who left the bigger mark. If we look at society today and ask someone who Joseph Pulitzer is, what do you think of? The Pulitzer Prize, the single most decorated award in journalism.
In 1898, the USS Maine went to Cuba. While there, it exploded in Havana Harbor, killing 260 Americans. When Congress declared war, Hearst in 4-inch high type screamed, "Now to avenge the Maine." Hearst had celebrated war on many occasions. At one point, even his front page asked, "How do you like the Journal's war?" Though the cause of the explosion was unknown, the Journal laid blame on Spain. Its banner headline on February 17, 1898 read, "The warship Maine was split in two by an enemy's secret infernal machine." Though it was wishful thinking on Hearst's part to blame Spain, many readers took it for fact.
1898, that was a year of the Spanish-American War. A lot of people will put that on me, but guess what? It was bound to happen. I just sold papers, so my stories came a little earlier than the events happened. Who cares? At the end of the day, I didn't really cause anything. People say that I'm the product of, I'm the cause of McKinley's assassination, and that's a whole lot of hearsay. It's a whole lot of nonsense. All I did was sell papers.
After the Spanish-American War and during the 1900 presidential elections, Hearst newspapers attacked President McKinley. Days after McKinley's inauguration, Arthur Brisbane, who wrote for Hearst at the time, stated, "If bad institutions and bad men can be got rid of only by killing, then the killing must be done."
When I first put together my New York newspapers, I wanted a really good staff, an excellent staff, and the only really good staff around was Pulitzer's, so I did what I do best. I did some convincing. I took his staff. Is he salty about it? Yeah. Does he have the right to be? Nah.
The golden age of newspapers, a time when papers played a vital role at the turn of the 20th century. They exercised a monopoly on information, as there was no other source of news. Hearst and Pulitzer were in constant competition for readership and profit. Pulitzer watched in frustration as Hearst hired away Outcall and his Yellow Kid in the whole Sunday world. Pulitzer tried to hire his employees back, but his money lasted him a day. Hearst opened his purse and his former employees were back. The Yellow Kid came to symbolize the Pulitzer-Hearst brand of sensational journalism, yellow journalism as it was called. Yellow journalism is a biased opinion masquerading as objective fact. Much like the tabloids we see today, yellow journalism involves sensationalism, distorted stories, and misleading images for the purpose of boosting newspaper sales.
Citizen Kane, that Orson Welles project. When I first got my hands on it, first viewed it, I was outraged. It was so misleading that I didn't even allow my papers to talk about it. I just felt that Orson Welles just did whatever he could to just take my life and just not mention anything that was properly representing what I did. And it just wasn't right, you know.
Remember when I tell you this? William Randolph Hearst sold his soul to the media for the purpose of circulation. That's no way to do it.